Coin is Extra TV interview session, a program where we invite innovators, stakeholders, influencers in the blockchain, crypto, and fintech ecosystem to come air their view and the state of the ecosystem. So today we know here at Coin is Extra, we are so much keen about education and creating awareness about blockchain and cryptocurrency in Africa and around the globe. So today we are going to be looking at key expectations at the upcoming Blockchain African Conference 2023 being hosted by Bitcoin Events. I have the co-founder and director of Bitcoin Events joining us from South Africa to talk about this event. You are welcome to the show, Sonia Kunhe. Sonia Kunhe, you are welcome.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to be here again. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to having you on the show. How is South Africa today, and how is the preparation going?
The preparation is going very well. We're very excited to be back in person after 2 years of going online. You know, during COVID, we had to move the Blockchain Africa conference online, purely online. So yeah, we're very excited to be back in person in Johannesburg, and this time as a hybrid event. So we're doing it in person as well as we're doing a live streaming option as well for those people who can't be there in person. But good to be back and to actually connect with all the crypto and blockchain and Web3 enthusiasts and thought leaders.
Thank you very much for coming on the show today. So for our audience, we are streaming live across 4 channels, live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So anywhere you're joining us from, do well to like and share this live broadcast so that more people get to know more about blockchain and cryptocurrency and things that are happening. So we'll go for a short break. When we return, we'll delve into the conversation proper. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. It's still Coin's Extra interview session. So today we are talking about the expectations, the major expectations at the upcoming Blockchain African Conference 2023 being hosted by Bitcoin Events. We have the co-founder and director of Bitcoin Events, Sonia Kunhe, joining us for this conversation. So for brief about Bitcoin Events. So Bitcoin Events is the proud organizers of the Blockchain Conference, the first of its kind in Africa, as well as the largest focusing on blockchain technology. Bitcoin Events was founded in 2014 by Sonia Kunhe and Theo Source, who saw a need to educate and inform people about the opportunities that digital currencies and blockchain technology in Africa offer. So for more details about this, you will visit their website, bitcoinevents.co.za. So let's move to the conversation. So about blockchain adoption, how is it in South Africa and Africa in general? Sonia?
Yeah, so I mean, you know, the blockchain adoption has been growing over the years. We certainly have seen a progression from a lot of speculation and hype in the early days when I got started, when we created these conferences in 2015. There was a lot of hype and speculation about what this could do, what the technology can do, as well as what cryptocurrencies can do. And we've seen that grow over the 8 years to real use cases that are now in production. And, you know, we're seeing a lot of the big financial organizations, the retailers, obviously the startups as well, but they actually have productionized versions of blockchain use cases to show after these 8 years of just speculation and hype. So we will be showcasing a lot of the actual productionized versions of products and services using blockchain technology at the Blockchain Africa conference. So, you know, just to tie that in as well, our theme for this year is ready for business without the question mark. So last year we had ready for business with a question mark, which was alluding to the fact that, you know, is this technology really ready for enterprise adoption on a large scale, you know? And we have decided that it is. Obviously, taking into consideration scaling issues and things like that and other challenges. you are seeing some of the world's biggest organizations, including the likes of
Sonia,
Mastercard. Yes.
yeah, so yeah, I must applaud you and your team. Since 2014 till now, you've been consistent with this awareness about blockchain and cryptocurrency in Africa and around the globe, and that's a very good one. And being consistent. So let's look at what have these the events you're organizing. What are some of the impacts you have noticed that it has made in the ecosystem?
Yeah, so we've showcased some of the African use cases, in particular, how is blockchain affecting agriculture in Africa? We will have a speaker at this year's event on talking about that. Payments, obviously, is a massive use case across Africa. We're seeing Nigeria leading the pack in Africa, and South Africa, of course, as well, in adoption of cryptocurrencies purely for payments. So we're seeing that the payments use case is standing very importantly above everything else, but we are seeing initiatives in agriculture, in health, in identity, in trade finance, supply chain management throughout the African continent. But particularly peer-to-peer payments as well, like you will see in Nigeria, is a big sort of use case that's happening there.
How is the event? What are the expectations? What is so special about this particular edition, this year's edition?
Look, what's special about it is that we bring a lot of people all over the world to come and see what's happening in Africa in the space. Obviously, we have a lot of conferences in America, in Asia, in Europe, and not that many in Africa. So our mission is to showcase what's happening on the African continent, but secondly, also to showcase what's happening globally to our African audience. Obviously, there's a lot to be learned from the rest of the world. And so we bring those sort of thought leaders and learnings to our African audience so that they can share that information as well as network with these people in order to either get investment or funding into their companies or to be put on the global map. So we are trying to showcase, purely what is happening on the African continent to the global audience, but also to show our African audience what's happening globally.
Okay, let's look at how has participation been with the Bitcoin events? How has the participation been? If you can come out maybe from 2014 till now, or maybe anything recent, do you have any figure around how participation has been?
Yeah, I mean, the participation has increased exponentially. So, I mean, when we started this conference, it was called the Bitcoin Africa Conference. We had 150 people attend that event in Cape Town. And our most recent event, if we look at 2021, we had 5,700 people attend virtually. This year, obviously, we're expecting quite a few people because we are hosting it virtually and in person. So we've seen a significant growth over the 8 years, and that goes hand in hand with the interest that we've seen in the African continent in terms of adopting not only cryptocurrencies but the technology as well.
Interesting. Still Coin is Extra interview session with Sonia Kunel, co-founder and director of Bitcoin event. We're talking about key expectations at the upcoming Blockchain African Conference 2023, hosted by Bitcoin events. So we go for a quick break. When we return, I just have a few questions for her, then we'll wrap up the show. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still Coin News Extra interview session. So let me look at how is participation like, Sonia? Is it a free or paid event?
Yeah, look, it is a paid event, but we have numerous free tickets that we're giving out to our partners. There are live streaming tickets and there are in-person tickets. So we have an in-person standard ticket. We also have a VIP ticket for those who want to network before the conference starts. We're having an open night networking event. And that will be, VIP ticket holders will be able to network with sponsors and speakers. But yes, to answer your question, we're giving a lot of free tickets away. So we want people there. If you can't afford to pay that, then please contact us. We do give a lot of free tickets away to the community, both the live streaming and also the in-person tickets.
Yeah, we know that the event is happening live. That's on the 16th and 17th of March this year at Johannesburg, South Africa. Is it a hybrid event or just in maybe at the place?
Yeah, look, it is a hybrid event because obviously it's the first time we're actually doing a hybrid event in Johannesburg. Normally it's either been just an in-person event or just an online event. So it's the first time we're going to be doing hybrid, which means you can live stream if you can't be there in Joburg. You can live stream into all the sessions will be available live on the live streaming platform. And obviously, if you want to network with the people in Johannesburg, you're more than welcome to come and join us in Johannesburg.
Interesting. Just one question here before we draw the curtain on today's edition of Coin News Extra Interview Session. What are you looking to achieve with this year's edition? What do you intend and your team intend to achieve?
So what we want to do is, alignment with the theme, which is ready for business. As I said, no question mark. We want to showcase which are the companies and the organizations that have productionized versions of blockchain products and services that have already got traction. So whether it's payments, whether it's using it for trade finance in the shipping context, or whether it's in agriculture, showcasing how farmers, from the very moment that they, produce the crops to it landing on people's tables, that whole process is on the blockchain. We also want to showcase how people are using cryptocurrencies for investments and what the opportunities there are. People can make money investing in crypto. They can use crypto for speculatory purposes. And then I think a big thing that we're trying to showcase at this event is the regulation. As you may know, regulation is often confusing. Many jurisdictions, particularly maybe in the US, as you might have seen in the recent news, is confusing to a lot of the exchanges and businesses. What is the regulation? What are the regulators saying? So we want to bring these people to the conference so that we can, clarify a lot of the confusion. And then secondly, also show the opportunities. A lot of people are sort of careful of crypto. They are not quite sure if it's legitimate. There have been a lot of scams in the industry. So we want to showcase that people are not using this for scams or for money laundering necessarily. They are using it for real use cases and showcase those companies that have that products and services.
Just your closing remarks, Sonia.
So my closing remarks is that, we really want people to come to the Blockchain Africa conference. There's a lot going on the African continent that we want to showcase to the global audience. And then obviously the networking. We find the networking is incredibly important for people to meet the other like-minded individuals. And, there's so few of these events in Africa. So we want people to enjoy themselves when they come to the event and really feel like they've left the event learning something new and that they've made new business connections or even individual connections. So we want something, they must take something away from this conference. It's not just an everyday conference. It's really, there's a real mission to having this conference for the African, especially for the African audience.
Amazing conversation with you, Sonia Kunel, who is the co-founder and director of Bitcoin Events. Thank you for joining us today on the conversation.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to be here again.
Yeah, I wish you all the best with the conference.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Interesting. So, yeah. Yeah, thank you, our audience. Thank you for bringing our time to joining us on the conversation. I really hope you really learned a lot and you really get to know more about the event. So thank you very much. We also have other shows coming up today. We have our Week in View coming up by 4 p.m. West African time, a program where we talk about the top headlines in the world of blockchain, crypto, and fintech, not only in Africa, around the globe. So if you missed any major headlines, don't worry, we got you covered. Join us by 4 p.m. West African time today. So thank you very much. I'm signing off. Follow Coin News Extra across all social media at Coin News Extra TV. Thank you very much. Bye for now. This is Crypto History live on Coin News